Hi, Mid-Atlantic Symphony community. Michael Repper here. I'm here with our wonderful soloist for our upcoming concerts in September, Grace Park, one of the world's leading violinists, winner of the Naumburg violin competition, and a great friend. We just like to spend a couple minutes talking about this great concert that we have coming up with Grace. And Grace is going to play Mendelssohn's, one of his most famous pieces, his Violin Concerto, which is just no matter how many times you hear it, it's one of the most popular pieces ever written. No matter how many times you hear it, it's just so invigorating. And I know Grace plays it so well. Grace, why don't you tell us just a little bit about this work and why you love playing it and why people should be excited to hear it?
Oh my God, where do I start? First of all, I'm just so excited to be coming to you all with my really good friend, Michael Repper, who I admire so much, who inspires me. So to be able to perform the Mendelssohn Violin Concerto with you, to collaborate with you, is something that really excites me because it is really, quite honestly, one of my favorite pieces to perform. I first learned this when I was 16 years old, and it was one of those pieces I heard every recording of it. Every one of my colleagues and friends is playing it because, it's one of the staples. And to be completely honest with you, I wasn't all that excited about learning it myself because it was so overplayed. I didn't want to have to kind of add on to that. But, the reason why I fell in love was because I got to know it and getting to really get into in the language and zoom in and to get into all the details. And then after getting to know the details, to zoom out and to hear the melodies and the phrasing and the bigger picture. It's just the most heartwarming piece, and it gives you a big smile at the end of the day.
It really
And
does.
yeah, and I'm so sorry about the wind here.
No, not at all. Don't worry about it.
I'm currently in New Mexico, and for anyone that knows this state, it could be rather torrential rain, and all of a sudden the sun comes out. So we're kind of in the middle of it right now.
But that's kind of like
Anyway,
Mendelssohn because it starts, really kind of brooding in many ways. And it ends just the sunniest possible. I mean, the end of the Mendelssohn violin, and no matter how many times you hear it, when the violinist hits the high, is it high E or high B? It's a whatever.
oh,
It's just that moment is just so invigorating. So
invigorating and satisfying and culminating, and it's like you feel like from the very beginning of the piece, from measure one, that's what you've been aiming for. And when you finally get there, it just gives you such satisfaction and like that much more love for the music, and you're like, oh, Mendelssohn, thank you for this.
yeah, it's so good, and the program the concerto fits very well with the rest of the program because it very much goes from this very dark place into a very bright place. The concert begins with Brahms' Tragic Overture, and then in the middle of the program we're going to be playing Alice Mary Smith's Second Symphony in A minor. Also a very exciting piece, but kind of brooding, and so the Mendelssohn Violin Concerto is going to be an opportunity to just open up. And I think in many ways playing it in the fall is just so great because being surrounded by the colors on the Eastern Shore and listening
Mm.
to this music is just going to be awesome. So I hope everybody has an opportunity to come and hear the concert. I know you will. There are three concerts: September 26th in Easton, September 28th in Lewis, Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, and September 29th in Ocean Pines, Maryland. It really will be an excellent concert, and you'll have an opportunity to see and meet Grace. And Grace actually was just telling me about a new project that she has that I'd like to have an opportunity to tell you about. Actually, she has a new album coming out, which is going to be great. I can't wait to be the first person to buy it. Tell us just a little bit about that too.
Yes, I was super lucky. This was actually a COVID project. So this was recorded. It was an album that I recorded with the Prague Philharmonic. So I got to, in the midst of COVID, fly to Prague. I had to quarantine there for 10 days and then, go right into the recording project. And this is my debut. So there was a lot of pressure. And I remember when they asked me, what is it that you want to choose for the repertoire? Being in Prague and with the repertoire that I lived with, it made perfect sense to record Mozart and Dvorak.
Absolutely.
So that's what I did with them, and it's going to be released sometime in the spring of 2025. We have yet to confirm the actual date, but it will definitely be the spring of this coming year, and I'm so
Amazing.
excited to share it with everyone.
I know that our audience will be deeply, deeply interested in it too once they hear you play. So, anyway, thank you so much. Coming to you from Santa Fe is Grace Park, and she'll soon be with all of us in Maryland and Delaware in just a few weeks, which is very exciting. We'll see you all at those concerts, and thank you so much, Grace.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye.